Begin report. RWI Intelligence Archive. Commander Malek. The RWI Eclipse was a formidable vessel in service to the RWI Navy before the Shadow War. Utilized as the personal command ship of Grand Admiral Jack Roberts following the loss of the RWI Phantom up until its disappearance at the Battle of Epsilon Base. While the original was never found, the Eclipse class was updated with new technology to carry on the legacy of the class to further push Redwood's scientific abilities. Equipped with state-of-the-art sensors, weapons, and defenses, the Eclipse class may appear as a simple science corvette from far away, but up close, she is as tough as any frigate. Designed originally to be a scientific research vessel for the Redwood Science Division, Grand Admiral Roberts had her systems revamped to serve as a command flagship for stealth and personal missions. These design changes and upgrades have carried over into RWI's new legacy design, further supplementing the existing systems. Bolstering new technology, new systems, and a complete revamped design from the original structure, the new Eclipse-class corvette will complement the RWI naval and science fleets well. While the original RWI Eclipse still remains missing, its legacy lives on. This ends my report for now.
Hey everyone, my name's Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today I have a video which all of you have been looking forward to. Of course, it's the release of the modern RWI Eclipse to the Steam Workshop and a video showcase around it. Today I'm going to give you an overview of the ship, a little tour around it, my thoughts on the modern version of it, and talk about it in detail. I hope you enjoyed the little intro cinematic there that's now full in Redwood universe lore. I've moved the ship over to the Redwood universe, which is my story universe, opposed to the Colony universe, to sort of cement it there and fit it in nice and tidy. Of course, this is the Eclipse from the Colony Lost series. I hope you enjoyed it, and obviously, yes, we know what happened at the end, but it's still great to have it in here. This is the most up-to-date version. You can download it via the Steam Workshop, but stick with me as I'm going to take you through a tour of the ship today and explain more of you about it. But I do have one exciting announcement to tell you about. As you know, my character inside of Space Engineers, or the spacesuit of my engineer should I say, always had the RWI Eclipse patch on it. Now this patch/emblem was also seen on the Eclipse itself, and as you can see by the cinematics right now, it's usually on the wall or various other places, it's seen around the ship. You can actually now buy this patch in real life via my new merch store. A link's down below, you can buy the patch yourself, but act fast, there's only a very limited number of these available. Once they are gone for good. I have one in my hand right now as I'm talking about this. I'll chuck a picture on screen. They are fantastic quality, and if previously you've got my RWI Apollo patches or RWI Discovery, you will know they are good quality. Pick one up, the link's down below in the video description, or available via the YouTube merch shelf if you're on desktop or some other devices I think. If not, head over to my Twitter or Discord and I'll send you a link personally. So jumping into this is of course my modern version of the Eclipse. Now it's an evolution of a design finally used in the very end of Planet Wars. Now originally I wanted to bring this in at a very early stage and play around with it. However, when Colony Lost presented the idea of bringing forward the Eclipse and including it, I of course had to jump at the opportunity. So I modernized this, and it changed over time as well. As the series progressed, I think we introduced the Eclipse past episode 20 at least. I think it must be 25 roughly. I can't remember off the top of my head. Some of you in the comments might be able to tell me because you're all experts on the series. And we introduced it and I was like, yeah, it needs to make some modern improvements. Not only adding new cannons, etc. We also added homing weaponry of torpedoes and missiles, along with a new cannon down here, and changed the interior slightly. The interior is definitely modernized and changed since you last saw it. You've display cases are more of a crew and cargo area as well. Some nice bit of detailing up here of like grates, etc. And of course more cargo freight down here as well. This ship, finally, it once served like an RP cinematic ship. This thing had to be survival ready as well. So it had all these systems in place, ready to go and work for it. But also we had to include a little bit of detail here and there. This ship ultimately is my pride and joy at the end of the day. It is the flagship of one of my characters in the story universe and another. So therefore it made sense it had to be detailed to a high spec. So you've already seen enough of the exterior to be honest, and if you remember the series, you've seen quite a lot of this, whether it be the thrusters, the weapons, or the tiny bit of detailing up here using carved down LCD blocks here to create a sort of grasped or grated look here. Even the catwalks back here, the shield emitters, various things up there. Majority of the Eclipse is still the same, just upgraded detailing to modernize it like I'm doing the rest of the Redwood fleet currently. But let's take a quick look indoors or inside of the ship and I'll explain more about it. So inside, we're obviously on the bridge right now. The bridge is sort of drastically changed in a way I could say. Definitely more detailing with these sort of grates going down over catwalk blocks to provide it sort of more design detailing standing out. Now some of the screens are set to black currently, and it's because some of the LCD things aren't loaded. Typically these ones turn to red alert, so when the bridge is at red alert mode, if we sit here and press 5, then obviously they'll change to red alert as well. You know, obviously we do it for cinematics, so we change them on the fly, etc. I think they might be turned on or off. Let's have a look. They are on, so we just need to add the LCD texture there later, and it eventually works. Pretty straightforward. With the helm console here, and then with the operations console here, along with these tactical displays, which are very nice. I was glad we finally got these included as well. The screens definitely make a lot of sense. Ideally, it'd be more of an enclosed situation. However, these definitely provide more of a view. The idea and the benefit of the Eclipse, because it ultimately is an Eclipse class science Corvette at the end of the day, was we wanted to have a lot of sort of view out here. That was the original design of the Eclipse, because it's ultimately based off the RSI constellation. That is a Roberts Space Industries constellation. So yeah, look at that. It is looking fantastic. I am really happy with this. And also, I love the view screen as well out here, because you can stand down here and look at this very well. It is quite fun. So yeah, also got seats back here. Now this is using a different mod as well. This is not using the command console all the time. Obviously we're using it here. We're actually using Spacebar's bridge consoles. This almost provides like a different setup for the ship itself. You can see here, looking very nice. These obviously provide a different view as well. And obviously these screens are all fully customizable. So at a later date, when I actually mod Redwood a bit more, I really want to update it with a couple of screens so we get our own sort of OS display here. Very nice. The holotable obviously just serves as an RP point. You can use and display ships on this if you want, but for a minute it kind of does the job. And of course, here's the Eclipse patch. It's on the wall here. This is actually modified differently. So you see this is almost 3D version. The patch itself isn't like this, but we wanted to create a different version of this. So FirstOfficerEd, Edward, who mods my mods for me, creates my mods for me, that's how we use his words. He wanted to try something different, and he basically created this 3D patch fit. Now this should be a part of a Redwood Universe mod. If not, I'll double check and update you. But it's definitely there, and it is looking fantastic. Right, let's head through here. Now this is sort of a ready room slash sort of meeting room in a way. You can see around here, got Redwood Universe symbol, armory locker, cryotubes, med bay, other technical interesting equipment. I don't know, it all kind of looks very fun. We've also got this over here. Yeah, it's kind of pretty simple in this room. I do want to add some more detailing of this at some point, but I've not quite found what else I want to put here yet. I'm thinking maybe some grating here at some point. Either way, it's very nice. Now, of course, I could have drastically changed the Eclipse. At one point, I wanted like auto-attracting landing gears, various things like that. But the key was to keep it in line with the current lore we've established. I didn't want to change it too much, because that would have overdone it a little bit and made it a little bit too different in a way. I'm sure at some point, if I want to come back in the future, we could totally redesign this ship and make it even more awesome. But for now, it serves its purpose as it is, which I'm sure you can all agree with. Table and chairs over here, sort of like canteen area going on. I believe this is a bathroom. Yep, there we go. Some of you might remember these scenes from Colony Lost, but we decided to include the interior here. Bathroom in here as well. I think this is a shower with a door in it, surprisingly. There you go. Cargo crates down here as well. Main cargo access. This is actually all our stuff from Colony Lost. So when you download the ship, this stuff is still in here. What even is this? This is oh, this is just some sort of log. Okay. I don't know why these got this. Okay, right. I'm not even sure what's going on there. I don't even remember if that was something we did, but yeah. It's got the weapons in here. Some of these mods might not be in here, but those things are in there, and I can't remember why they're in there. Anyway, before I head into here, let's quickly show you the other airlock. Now, this is one thing I've always wanted added. If we head down here, we also get a lovely observation of the actual bottom hangar. We also get a rotating airlock as well. Hop through this, and now we've got a landing thing here, or like a, what do you call this? Retractable landing pad, I guess, or door? Just a ramp, that's what it is, retractable ramp. How can I forget what that's called? Anyway, I always wanted this, because the idea of the Eclipse landing, and then people strutting off it there, very fun, and I've always wanted to use this thing properly. Finally, the Eclipse gets to use it. Now, obviously, with this redesign of the Eclipse, we did sacrifice our port and starboard airlocks, but at the same time, it has the landing strut down there, which makes a lot of sense. Anyway, if we head back up here, we can go through to the actual main hangar. Include a door here to shut off this section, so when this is depressurized for opening this up, the rest of the ship isn't vented. Makes a lot of sense. So that's hidden over there. Very nice. We've also got bits going over here. And we've got the landing gear thing here. This is probably like one of the most original things surviving from the original Eclipse is the landing gear, allowing you to dock craft to it. I don't think we ever docked many or much craft to it in Colony Lost. However, you could definitely bring a small miner in here, dock it, a small fighter, maybe the short sword interceptor class, or the saber class, what I mean. You could dock right there and go from there. Design detailing around here, the yellow grates, etc., and also the grey grates. Very nice, or yellow railings, I mean. Bit of armory lock over here. I think one of the team included this in the wall here. I'm not a massive fan of it, but it's staying in there as well. Eclipse patch, very nice. Into main engineering. Now I love the fact we always sort of kept the jump drive like this. It's a big giant jump drive staying in here. If I was to throw into another mod into a mix, I'd throw the animated jump drive mod in, just to provide a bit more realism. I think I'll do that for the next ship I'm currently working on right now, which may surprise you when you see it unveiled later next month, I think. And yeah, I definitely would like that there, so this thing actually spins. Now, of course, the engine room, you also got access to various things down here. They had at some point was to maybe add a ladder going down here so you could access this way, but Finn never got around to doing that. Got some side consoles here as well. I did want to add something to the walls at some point, but I kind of kept it basic as, you know, again, this operates as a survival ship. It didn't need to be too cinematically detailed in a way. We also have a giant 30 gigawatt deuterium reactor down here. This thing is way OTT for the Eclipse's needs. We could probably power the ship on 7 gigawatts or less, to be honest. Probably less than that, given the shields. But obviously, we wanted 30 gigawatts, as ultimately it's operated as an RWI RP ship. So it makes sense. Shield emitters and these things are down here as well, so Finn, the engineer, had access to this. I'm not sure why on red alert, but apparently we are. The shield console just made more sense being stuck in here. But there we go, that's kind of it for the interior tour of the ship. We've seen most of it. There's not really much else I can show you on board the Eclipse right now. For this, you're going to have to download it and explore it for yourself. But I do hope you enjoyed the fact it's now in your hands. The Eclipse is my pride and joy, and as you know, I've always included it in most of my creations since Planet Wars when it was first introduced. Even the first cinematic I originally trialed on the channel here, and some of you have definitely seen it, the original version of the Eclipse was there. While yes, in Redwood Universe lore, the original Eclipse is still out there somewhere, albeit slightly rebuilt, this one's actually entirely new, and sort of fits into the lore as if RWI were to recreate the ship in honour of the legendary version that went out there and went MIA with Grand Admiral Jack Roberts and the crew of the Serenity, Mr. Venom, etc. But yeah, we're going to have to explore that another time if we ever revisit the original Eclipse and the Planet Wars storyline. Never say never, but don't get your hopes up. Anyway, do let me know what you thought of this Eclipse down below in the video comment section. If you're going to download and play with it, do let me know. I always appreciate when you guys let me know what you think of my builds. Yes, this isn't the most breakthrough one ever. It's not entirely survival ready, but I know it's iconic and you loved it. Also, I'd love to know what ship you would like to see from a Connie Lost universe on the workshop next. I'm pretty sure I'm keen on updating the Defender, the iconic RWI frigate, and also the Apollo, aka the Daedalus class battlecruiser, giving you a more modern version and an updated version. Don't forget, before I end this video, you can now buy your own Eclipse patch. Remember, they're extremely limited, so I can't stress this enough. If you want to get one, head to the YouTube merch shelf down below, and also the merch store. If the merch shelf's not displaying, there'll be a link in the video description, but I'm sure I'll tweet this out as well. These patches are extremely good. I've got one here. I'm thinking of attaching it to one of my hoodies, or maybe my hat or something like that. It's looking really good. I do hope you enjoyed it. But for now, everyone, I've been Captain Jack. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoy, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.